Hey everybody, Yankee here. Since my revolvers have been visible in the back of my live chats lately, people have been asking me to do a video showing my revolver collection. So today I'm going to start doing that via shorts so it doesn't get long and boring. And I'm just going to start at the bottom left side of the display and start with showing my Uberti single action army clone. Now, this is a little different than most Uberti single-action army clones. As you can see there, it's got a ported 3.5-inch barrel. It has an extended hammer here. It's got a little rolling thing on the hammer so that you can fan the hammer. This is actually a reproduction of Sylvester Stallone's gun from The Expendables. That's why it's a little different. No front sight, and it's meant to be fanned here. That's why it's got the roller on the hammer so you can fan it. It is a single-action army clone. It is in a beautiful case-hardened finish here. I don't know how well you can see the finish, but it is a beautiful finish. I love case hardening. So that's the first gun from my revolver collection, an Uberti single-action army clone that is a reproduction of Sylvester Stallone's gun from The Expendables. All right, everybody, day 2 of my revolver collection videos, and next in line is another single-action army clone. This one is from Standard Manufacturing, and it's more traditional. It's a more traditional clone than the one you saw yesterday. But the big difference between this and that other one, and even the Colt single-action army, is I think this one is actually better. This is the best made single-action army clone gun I have ever owned. It is amazing, both in build quality and finish. If you look at that finish there, that is the most beautiful case hardening I've ever seen on a gun of this level. Like I said, I think this gun is even better than the original. It kind of hurts to call it a clone, but it is my Standard Manufacturing 45 Colt single-action army clone, and like I said, it's one of the best, if not the best, single-action army clone available today. All right, day 3 of my revolver collection shorts, and today, next in line, we have my Dan Wesson 715 6-shot 357 Magnum revolver. It is a little bit different than some revolvers because the cylinder release is at the front of the cylinder, but that's the least of the differences between this and other revolvers. The biggest difference is if you see that castle nut there at the front of the barrel, that allows you to change out the barrel lengths. As you're looking at it right now, it is a 4-inch, but it also comes with a 6-inch barrel and an 8-inch barrel, and I have also a 2-inch barrel for it. So it is very easy to switch this gun out to whatever barrel length you want. And not only is it versatile like that, but it is probably the 3rd or 4th best built gun in my collection. These things are just solid and very refined. So that's my revolver for today, my Dan Wesson 715 6-shot 357 Magnum revolver. All right, day 4 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Kimber K6S. This is a little J-frame sized snubby revolver, but unlike most J-frames, it is a 6-shot revolver. And not only is it a 6-shot revolver, but it is a very well-made one. They put a lot of attention to detail in this gun, the recessed cylinders, the dovetailed rear sight, and the removable front sight. This gun is just a great gun. Now, another big difference between this and most snubbies, though, is the cylinder release. It does have a push-button release. And speaking of the cylinder, it's got nice flattened sides on it, makes it really easy to carry. The grips I currently have on it are Crimson Trace laser grips with the wood inserts. They are very nice. This gun here has no exposed hammer. It is an internal hammer, and therefore it is double action only, but still an amazing gun with an amazing trigger. They really put a lot of effort into this gun, and it shows. All right, day 5 of my revolver collection shorts, and today is kind of like a rerun of yesterday. It's another Kimber K6S. It has the same features as the other one. It has the dovetailed rear sight, it has the removable front sight, it has the flat-sided cylinder, and that cylinder is the same 6-round configuration with recessed chambers, and the release for that cylinder is still the push-button style. But in every way that counts, this is still pretty much the same gun that I showed you yesterday. The only difference is this one has a hammer. So it's double action, single action, which gives it a huge advantage over the other one, because that single action option is something you'll definitely want if you ever find yourself in a situation where the first round counts more than anything. So there you have it, my gun for today, the Kimber K6S, but in this case, the double action, single action model. All right, everybody, day 6 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have another snubby. As you can see, this is a Colt Cobra, and this is another little 6-shot revolver. Now, this one is not 357 Magnum. It is 38 Special plus P, but that's still quite an effective little round. Now, you might see some differences between this and most little snubbies, other than the fact that it is 6-round capable. One of those things is the backwards activated cylinder release. That's always been a little bit different on the Colts. Another thing is the color on the barrel. That's kind of a new thing they've done lately. And the reason they say they put that there is so it holsters easier. I don't know if I buy that or not, but it does kind of make sense. And it does have that advantage over a lot of the little J-frames of being a 6-shot and being all steel, so it handles that recoil very well. Put that together with the fact that it has an amazing trigger, both double action and single action, and you've got a real winner if you've got a Colt Cobra. All right, everybody, day 7 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have another 38 Special 6-shot all stainless steel Colt snubby. Now, the biggest difference between this and the Cobra you saw yesterday is that, like I said, this is an original production gun in all stainless steel with a spurless hammer. That's the biggest difference, that it is original production and that it has a spurless hammer. And because of that, that means the gun is double action only. There is no single action on this gun. Even if you wedge your finger in there and pull it back, it won't stay back. There's no sear to hold it back. So it is an all stainless, original production, 6-shot snubby from Colt, which I do believe they call it the SF6. I think that stands for Steel Frame 6. It's basically an evolution of the Detective Special, but in all stainless steel. And like I said, this one has a factory bobbed hammer and is double action only. It is the Colt SF6. All right, everybody, day 9 of my Revolver collection shorts. And today we have another 6-shot revolver from Colt, but this one is a 357 Magnum, and it's not a snubby. It actually has a 3-inch barrel. This is the Colt King Cobra. This is a new production gun, so there's nothing all that different about it. I'm sure most of you have seen one of the new King Cobras. This one does look a little different, though, because I have put some new aftermarket grips on it. And I sent it out to Patriot Gun Polishing to have it all shinied up and even get some tin plating, that gold plating on the trigger and the hammer and the ejector rod. Really looks nice, kind of makes the gun have a little bit of flair to it that it wouldn't normally have. So that's my gun for today, and I will put a link to Patriot Gun Polishing in the description below. And that's my gun today, a 3-inch purdied up Colt King Cobra 6-shot 357 Magnum. All right, everybody, day 10 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today's gun needs no introduction, but I'll introduce it anyway. It is another 6-shot 357 Magnum, all stainless steel Colt revolver, and this time it is a new production Python. Like I said, this is a new production gun, not one of the older guns, but I think in some ways these are actually better, even though some people say, oh, they're not like the old ones. I'm like, well, you know, that's probably good. The old ones were very delicate. These are much more robust and usable, but still have a great trigger on them. So I love these. And one thing I do want to say is, even though this is a 3-inch, it is not a snubby. Someone yesterday said my 3-inch gun was still a snubby, and 3 inches is not a snubby. My mom said 3 inches is perfectly normal. All right, day 11 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have another 6-shot all stainless steel revolver from Colt, and it is another Python. Now, the differences between this one and the one I showed you yesterday is this one has a 4-inch barrel, which is a much larger barrel. I would even say that's quite a large barrel. And it is an original production revolver. So it is not one of the new ones. So therefore, it's, a little bit more delicate. Even though it has probably one of the best triggers you'll ever find on a revolver, I don't shoot it because they are, like I said, delicate and prone to go out of time. But it is a beautiful gun as a collector's gun, and that's why I have this one. So that is my gun for the day, my 4-inch barreled, 6-shot, all stainless steel, original production Colt Python. All right, day 12 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have the last of my Colts. It is another 6-shot, all stainless steel Colt revolver, and this one is the Anaconda. This is basically the 44 mag version of the Python. This is the gun for the big boys, the ones that want a little more power. Still has 6 shots, still has the same features of the Python. It's just a sturdier build. It's just like its big brother. So if you like a Python, but you want more bite, you might want an Anaconda. Now, this is an original production one, but they are making new ones. So this is day 12, like I said, in my collection. The last of my Colts, my Colt 44 Magnum Anaconda. All right, everybody, day 14 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Ruger. Now, this is the only blued Ruger that I have, and it is a 4-inch GP100 chambered in 44 special. And you get 5 of those 44 special rounds in this gun. And that chambering and the fact that it's blued isn't the only thing that makes this gun special. It's also special because it is a Jeff Quinn memorial. I was quite a fan of Gun Blast and Jeff, so I was very happy when I was able to get one of these. Now, as far as the gun itself goes, it is blued. As I said, has a very nice blue finish. It is chambered in 44 special, like I said. It also has a beautifully polished stainless steel trigger and hammer, and it has an unfluted cylinder there to give it a really special look. And that is a quick look at one of my favorite guns I own, my Jeff Quinn Memorial GP100 in 44 special from Ruger. All right, day 15 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today I'm cheating a little bit because I'm showing 2 guns at the same time, but that's because they are identical. They are my match set of Ruger Vaqueros that I used for SAS. The gun I'm showing today is the Ruger Vaquero. Now, these are the new Vaqueros. They're a little bit beefier than the old Vaqueros. These particular ones are in 45 long Colt, as all cowboy action guns should be. They are single action guns. You actually have to load them from a side loading gate, and you have to cock the hammer every time you pull the trigger, or it's not going to go off. These are all stainless steel versions here. You can get these blued. If you're going to shoot cowboy action, these are one of the best ones you can have. They're not as historically accurate as some guns like Uberti, but like I said, they are awesome. They are a little bit stronger, so they're great for shooting whatever you want to shoot out of them. These are my stainless steel single action Ruger Vaqueros in 45 long Colt. All right, everybody, day 17 of my Revolver collection shorts. And today we have another Ruger GP100. This one is also in 357 Magnum. It's all stainless steel with a 4-inch barrel. The biggest difference between this one and the one I showed you the other day, other than the barrel length, is that this one is only a 6-shot. Now, I bought this because it has the nice machine engraving on it, makes it look a little different. But unfortunately, they tend to do that to the 6-shot revolvers, not the 7-shots. I think it's just so that they can sell the 6-shot revolvers. Now, I did put TFO front sights on this one, but that's really the only thing I've changed. One thing I do like better about this gun with the engraving on it is that they didn't put all that Ruger stuff on the side of the barrel. They actually put it on the bottom of the barrel, which I think makes it look a lot better. I wish they did that with all their guns. But that's my gun for today, my Ruger 6-shot machine engraved GP100 in 357 Magnum. All right, everybody, day 18 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Ruger. Now, this one is also a stainless steel Ruger in 357 Magnum, but it is not a GP100. This is a Red Hawk. This is their bigger platform, and because this is their bigger platform, it is not chambered in 6 rounds of 357 or even 7. It is chambered in 8. So this is a very nice gun. It's about the same size as an Alaskan, very similar in size, but instead of having 6 rounds of a higher caliber, it's got 8 rounds of 357 Magnum. Now, like I said, this is all stainless steel. These are the grips that came on it, and I did put a high-vis sight on it. Now, one of the best features of this gun is this unfluted cylinder here. This makes this a beautiful gun in stainless steel. When you combine that really nice flat top with that unfluted cylinder, you get a really nice look. So this is my latest gun in my collection shorts, my Ruger Red Hawk 8-shot 357 Magnum. I think they might call it the Backpacker. All right, everybody, day 19 of my Revolver collection shorts, and much like yesterday, we have another Ruger Red Hawk. This one is very similar to yesterday's gun, has that same short barrel, very similar wooden grips. It is all stainless steel, has that really nice flat top design I like so much, and this one even has the aftermarket high-vis sights on it that I put on the other gun as well. The biggest difference between this one and the one you saw yesterday is, one, the fluted cylinder, And two, the fact that it is not chambered down to 357 Magnum. This is a higher caliber gun since this is their larger frame revolver, but it's not 44 Magnum like I bet a lot of people are thinking. It's 41 Magnum, a little bit more uncommon of a round. But otherwise, still a very similar gun. Just the other one had 8 rounds of 357. This one has 6 rounds of 41 Magnum. And that's the one I'm showing today. My Ruger, all stainless steel, 41 Magnum, Red Hawk. All right, day 20 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another all stainless steel Ruger. It's also another 357 Magnum, but this is a single action, and it is not a Vaquero style. It's not a single action Army clone. It's a more modern style single action. It is my Ruger new model Black Hawk, but it is still a single action. There is no double action feature on this gun. If you're going to load it, you have to load it from a side gate. Now, the only changes I've made to this gun is I did put a pair of elk grips on it from MD Grips. If you want to look them up online, just look up MD Grips. You know, MD, the initials, and then Grips, and you'll find them. But that's the only change I've really made to it. It is, as I said, a 6-shot 357 Magnum, single action only Ruger, and it is called a Black Hawk. All right, everybody, day 22 of my revolver collection shorts, and as I promised you in the last video, today I'm showing you my most powerful Ruger. This is my Ruger 454 Casull Super Red Hawk Alaskan. This is an incredibly powerful pistol. This is basically a snub-nose version of the Super Red Hawk, which of course means it's meant for carry, which is why I carry this gun quite a lot. Some people might argue that it's not a carry gun, but I say, well, then why does it have such a small barrel? As you can see, it is all stainless steel. It holds 6 rounds, and it is double action, single action. The changes I have made to this gun is I have put aftermarket sights on it and put a set of wooden Hogue grips on here. They are a little oversized, some people might say, but you kind of need big grips on a gun like this to hold it and handle it while shooting it. So this is my most powerful Ruger. Like I said, it is my Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan in 454 Casull. All right, everybody, day 23 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have the first Smith & Wesson in my video series here. It is a Smith & Wesson 360. Now, this is their lightweight, scandium-framed 357 Magnum 5-shot revolver. It is a double-action, single-action gun, and as you may guess, with that scandium frame, it's extremely light. It does have a stainless steel cylinder, which is unfluted, and a stainless steel barrel shroud. But overall, this gun is super light, which, as you can suspect with it being a 357 Magnum, makes it quite a handful to shoot. Now, these grips do help. They are nice rubber grips from Smith & Wesson. They were stock on the gun, a good 3-finger grip. They help you keep a hold of it, but this gun is still kind of a beast to shoot. In fact, I would say this, my Smith & Wesson 360, is my second most painful Smith & Wesson to actually fire. Tomorrow, we'll see the most painful one. All right, day 24 of my revolver collection shorts, and I said today I would show you the most painful gun to shoot in my collection, and this is it right here, the Smith & Wesson 360 PD. Now, the fiber optic front sight came standard on it, but the grip is something I added. This is a Hogue rubber boot grip in kind of a Tiffany-ish blue. I really like that look on this gun. This is much like the 360 I showed you yesterday. It does have a stainless steel sleeve in the barrel, but the biggest chunk of steel, that stainless cylinder, is now titanium. That makes this gun very light and therefore a little bit painful to shoot since it does shoot full house 357 Magnum loads. It holds 5 rounds of 357 Magnum, and by the time you get to that 5th round, if you can still feel your hand, you're a better man than I am. You can carry this gun on you and not even know you have it. It literally feels like a cap gun when you pick it up, but it is by no means a cap gun. It is a powerful little self-defense snubby, and it is my Smith & Wesson 360 PD, and it is easily the most painful gun I have to actually shoot. All right, everybody, day 25 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Smith & Wesson J-frame, but unlike the other 2 you saw, which were lightweight J-frames, this is an all-steel version. And this just isn't any all-steel version. This is the LDV. That stands for Leonardo da Vinci. It is a special production honoring the Da Vinci Code movie, and even the serial number on the gun starts with LDV. The biggest distinguishing factor of it is that unfluted cylinder there. Now, I have changed the grips out to some wooden grips, but I have left the stock black ramp sight on it because I don't carry this gun. It's just kind of a cool gun to have because, like I said, it is a collector's model. But it is an all stainless steel 5-shot 357 mag Smith & Wesson J-frame revolver, and in this case, it is the Leonardo da Vinci model, referencing the Da Vinci Code movies. All right, day 26 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Smith & Wesson. This one is also a 357 Magnum, but this one is not a J-frame, it's a K-frame. It is a 6-shot, all stainless steel, model 66 Combat Magnum. Now, since this is a K and not an L, it is not available in a 7-round model, but it does have an advantage of being slightly smaller. Now, this is one of their higher-end guns, so it does have a satin stainless finish on it, which is much nicer than the regular guns. Now, it did come with a black hammer and a black cylinder release, but I replaced the cylinder release with a stainless extended cylinder release from Hogue, and I like that a lot better. It does still have the original boot grips and the original sights on it. Now, this is one of the newer K-frames, so you don't have to worry about cracking the forcing cone. And it is, as I said, my 357 Magnum, 6-shot, all stainless steel, Model 66 Combat Magnum from Smith & Wesson. All right, day 27 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have a little bit of an older Smith & Wesson. This is a K-frame Model 19-3. This is a 6-shot 357 Magnum. Now, this was a gift from a friend, Dan, over at Sporting Systems, because he knew this was the gun that was issued back in my day for carry for police officers. It is a 6-inch barreled Model 19. This is an older school Smith. It does have the recessed cylinders. It does have the pinned barrel. It does have the case-hardened hammer and trigger, and unfortunately, it does still have the fixed front sight. And it also has the original boot grips on it here. Like I said, the majority of police officers in the day were issued guns very similar to this one. It is definitely a workhorse gun, and it is my Smith & Wesson 6-inch barreled 357 Magnum Model 19-3. All right, everybody, day 28 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Smith & Wesson Model 66. But unlike the Model 66-8 I showed you the other day, this is not the modern one. This is an earlier model. This is the 66-1. This is an all stainless steel revolver, including the hammer, trigger, and the integrated front sight, which is the only bad thing about this gun. Like I said about the older guns, don't like the fixed front sights. This also has a pinned barrel and recessed cylinders. Now, this is a K-frame gun, one of the earlier K-frame guns. So unlike the newer one, it does have that shaved off forcing cone. So it is prone to cracking with really heavy 357 mag loads. So I don't shoot this one a whole lot, but it is a really nice gun to have. It's a beautiful gun. Like I said, it is a 6-shot, all stainless steel, 357 Magnum, Smith & Wesson, Model 66-1. All right, everybody, day 29 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have the Model 27 from Smith & Wesson. Now, this is part of their classic line, and it integrates some of the older features, like the case-hardened hammer and trigger, that tapered barrel, and it has those old-style grips on it there, but it also has some modern features, like the crush-fit barrel and the removable and replaceable front sight. Now, one thing that's a little different about this gun than what you're probably used to is that even though it is an N-frame, which is Smith's larger frame, it's not the largest, but it's their larger frame, and it's usually in calibers like 44 Magnum. This is just a 357 Magnum, and that's why you see that gap in front of the cylinder being as large as it is, because it's a 357 Magnum cylinder on an N frame. But it's still only 6 shots because it is a classic gun. It is the Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum Model 27-9, if you want to be specific. All right, everybody, day 30 of my revolver collection shorts, and we continue with my Smith & Wessons. Now, this is a Smith & Wesson 686-6 Performance Center. It is all stainless steel with a 2.5-inch barrel, an unfluted cylinder, a chromed hammer and trigger, and a removable front and rear sight. Now, this is, as I said, a Performance Center model, and it is chambered in 7 rounds. It is an L-frame revolver. It came with really nice wood grips here, as you can see, and a slab side barrel that has a very cool look to it. Now, this gun isn't just prettier than a regular 686. It does have some pretty extensive work done to it internally to make the trigger much nicer than a regular gun. It's just an overall amazing gun. It is my Smith & Wesson 686-6 Performance Center 7-shot 357 Magnum revolver. Day 31 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have probably my favorite Smith & Wesson revolver, and that's saying something. It is my Smith & Wesson Model 586 L-Comp Performance Center. Now, this is a 7-shot 357 Magnum revolver, much like the 686, but instead of stainless steel, it is carbon steel and has a black finish on it. The L in L-Comp stands for L-frame, and the comp stands for compensated. It has a compensated 3-inch barrel. The gun is cut for moon clips, and I have changed out the standard cylinder release to a Hogue extended cylinder release, and I have changed the sights. The front sight is a tritium big dot sight, and the rear sight is from DL Sports, and it is an amazing sight. I like the entire setup of this gun, even the Lamo Camo grips from Hogue I've put on there. This is my Smith & Wesson 7-shot 357 Magnum 586 L-Comp. All right, everyone, day 32 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have a gun that I have often called the best all-around firearm in the world, and it is the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus. I know yesterday I said the 586 is my favorite, and it is, but this one is basically the same gun, except it doesn't have a ported barrel, and it's stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about damage to a finish. Like the 586 L-Comp, this is a 7-shot 357 mag revolver. This one has the unfluted cylinder, and I have added front and rear tritium night sights. I have also added the extended cylinder release from Hogue and a pair of elk grips from MD Grips. This gun pretty much has it all. 7 rounds of 357 Magnum in a super reliable platform and a durable platform. And that's why in the past I have said this is the best all-around handgun for self-defense available. And I still believe that today. All right, day 33 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have an unusual one. Today we have my 327 PC. What makes this gun unusual is that it is an in-frame gun with only a 2-inch barrel. It is also a scandium framed in-frame, and it has a titanium cylinder and barrel shroud with a stainless steel barrel. This holds 8 rounds of 357 Magnum and is incredibly light because of that titanium barrel shroud, cylinder, and scandium frame. And that tiny barrel makes it real easy to carry, although that grip is a little bit to conceal. But all around, this is one of the ultimate carry guns as far as 357 Magnum is concerned. A very lightweight 8-shot 357 Magnum revolver. And it is my Smith & Wesson 327 PC. All right, day 34 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Smith & Wesson 627 Performance Center. This gun is an 8-shot 357 Magnum double action, single action revolver, and it's made of all stainless steel. Now, this is a Performance Center model, so it has an upgraded trigger, a very nice matte kind of pearlescent bead blast finish on it, a chromed hammer and trigger, and comes with some very nice grips. It also has that slab side barrel that I really like, especially that little peekaboo window on the side that lets you see the ejector rod, and an unfluted cylinder, which I'm also very fond of. Now, I don't carry this gun because I have the 327 model, and I have a Ruger Red Hawk that is also an 8-shot 357 Magnum. But whether you're going to carry it or not, this is still an awesome gun, definitely worth having. It is the Smith & Wesson 627 8-shot 357 Magnum Performance Center revolver. All right, day 35 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Smith & Wesson 627. Now this, unlike the other one I showed you, is not a Performance Center model. It's a Pro Series model, which is kind of right between a regular gun and a Performance Center gun. It has an upgraded finish, It also holds 8 shots of 357 Magnum and has that slab side barrel. It does not have the peekaboo on the other side. And instead of having a chromed hammer and trigger, it has a case hardened ones, and it came with rubber grips, which I changed out to these nice wood ones. Now, one thing I really do like about this gun is it has that easily replaceable front sight. You don't have to do any drilling on a new sight. You just pop the pin out, take the new sight, push back the little plunger thingy, stick it in there, and then put the pin back in, and it's replaced with no drilling. I have replaced this one with a TFO. This is an awesome gun. It is my Smith & Wesson 627 Pro Series 4-inch 8-shot 357 Magnum revolver. All right, everybody, day 36 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Smith & Wesson 327 TRR8 Performance Center. This is much like the 627 I showed you yesterday, except since it begins with a 3, the body on this gun is made from scandium, which makes it a much lighter weight gun. This gun has a 5-inch barrel, and it does hold 8 shots of 357 Magnum. And as you can see, it is very tactical with that top and bottom rail added to the gun. Now, this is the TRR8 and not the M&P R8. There are some differences between these two guns, such as on this gun, it has that little peekaboo for the ejector rod there, instead of having the M&P symbol there. And both the top and bottom rail are removable, only the top rail is removable on the R8. This is my 5-inch, 8-shot, 357 Magnum, top and bottom railed, scandium framed, Smith & Wesson 327 TRR8 PC. All right, everybody, we're getting back to my revolver collection shorts, and today we have what appears to be a 629 PC, but it is not. It is a 657 PC, which means it's basically the same thing. It has the same slab side barrel, has that little peekaboo slot for the ejector rod, has that really nice looking unfluted cylinder, has the chromed hammer and trigger, and I added an extended cylinder release here. And it also has the same sights as the 629 and similar grips. But the big difference is this is 41 Magnum instead of 44 Magnum. Now, 41 Magnum doesn't get a lot of love, and I'm not going to stand here and argue that it deserves a lot of love. But if it's something you like, then you like it. And I definitely like it. So here is my Smith & Wesson 657 PC 41 Magnum revolver. All right, everybody, day 38 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have a special entry that I didn't include with my other Rugers because this is really not my gun, it's my son's. This is the first gun I ever bought my youngest son. It is a Ruger Bearcat. It is the shopkeeper design with the bird's head grip. It has an unfluted cylinder that is engraved on one side with a bear and the other side with a puma or cougar for the bear and the cat in the name Bearcat. It is an all stainless steel single action 22 caliber revolver. It's got the little single action hammer, has the side load gate, has the little ejector rod, and like I said, has the bird's head grip, which makes it the shopkeeper style along with the shortened barrel there. This is the gun I gave him that he learned how to shoot with, and someday he will hopefully pass down to one of my grandchildren. All right, day 39 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have one of my older Smith & Wesson revolvers. This is my model 624. It's a little bit older of a gun, so it's got the tapered barrel, and it has, unfortunately, the integral front sight. It does have a fluted cylinder. It does have a chromed hammer and trigger. Now, the wood grips I added myself, but this is a very nice gun, and it is chambered in 44 special. You don't see a lot of 44 special nowadays, especially not in nice old Smith revolvers. I believe I bought this revolver decades ago for like $450, if I remember correctly. That tells you how little they were in demand back then, the odd calibered older revolvers. But that's my revolver for today, my Smith & Wesson 44 Special 624. All right, day 40 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have one of my favorites, if only for the name. It is the model 69. It is a 44 Magnum all stainless steel revolver. Now, the big difference between this and most 44 mag Smith & Wessons is it is not an N frame. It is an L frame gun, so it is smaller and easier to carry. Now, that means it is only 5 shots of 44 Magnum, but it's still 5 shots of 44 Magnum, so it's an impressive carry gun. Now, one thing this gun does come with that's a little odd is it does have a black ejector rod and a black trigger, and it had a black cylinder release until I replaced it with this Hogue cylinder release, and it does also have a black hammer. Another thing about this gun is it has a 2-piece barrel instead of a 1-piece crush fit barrel. That should take care of any alignment issues that you might see on some of the crush fit barrels. This is my Smith & Wesson 5-shot 44 Magnum Model 69 Combat Magnum. All right, everybody, day 41 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Smith & Wesson 629 PC. This is a Performance Center model gun, as you can tell from the satin stainless steel finish. It has an unfluted cylinder. It has the nice little peekaboo window for the ejector rod. It has a slab side barrel, and I have added a Hogue extended cylinder release to it. Everything else is stock, grips, sights, etc. This is a great little 44 Magnum gun. It isn't a cheap one. It is kind of more of on the collector's side than it is the practical use side, but it does make a great carry gun if you're looking to carry a 6-shot 44 Magnum revolver. It is my Smith & Wesson, like I said, 629 PC. All right, everybody, day 42 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have one of my absolute favorites, my Smith & Wesson 629 Carry Comp. This gun is, just like the name says, designed for carry, and it has a compensated barrel. It does have a top gutter sight instead of having a traditional rear sight, which makes it easier to holster and draw without snagging on anything. This one does have the regular boot grips on it from Hogue, and I have polished this one up. It is usually in a much duller finish. This is a 6-shot 44 Magnum revolver. Like I said, that is designed to be carried with that short barrel and that gutter sight, and it is an awesome addition to anyone's collection. If you can actually find one, it is the Smith & Wesson 629 Carry Comp. All right, everyone, day 43 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Smith & Wesson 29. Now, this is just a regular blued 29, except they have slapped some machine engraving on it and put some fancier grips on it. But it's an overall beautiful gun, not just because of that engraving, just because, you know, it is a beautiful blued gun. It is a 6-shot 44 Magnum revolver, and I have made no changes to this gun. It is exactly as it came. It has the case-hardened trigger and hammer, and the rest of it is blued. And like I said, it is a powerful gun and a pretty gun, but because it is pretty, it's more for looking at than shooting, but still a gun that I enjoy having in my collection, the Smith & Wesson 29 engraved. All right, day 44 of my Revolver collection shorts, and today we have probably one of my most carried guns. It is my Smith & Wesson 329 PD. Now, what makes this gun unique over a regular 29 or a 629 is it has a scandium frame, a titanium cylinder, and it has a stainless steel barrel. Now, the changes I have made to this gun is I have put a set of VZ grips on it that convert it to a square frame grip, and I have changed the sights. I have put a fiber optic on the front and a D&L Sport sight on the rear, which I highly recommend. This gun is a super lightweight and easy to carry 6-shot 44 Magnum revolver. It does kick a little bit like a mule, but it's still a great gun for carry. Like I said, I carry it all the time. It is my Smith & Wesson 329 PD. All right, everybody, day 45 of my Revolver collection videos, and today we have my Smith & Wesson Model 625. You'd think it'd be a 645 since this is chambered in 45 ACP. I bought this gun because it is a Jerry Mixapitalik model. It actually has the special grips with the JM on there, and it's got the JM on the side of the gun. It is a nice gun. It's all stainless steel. It's got the ribbed top barrel. It's got a brass bead front sight and standard rear sights. It's got the chromed hammer and chromed trigger, so it's a really nice looking gun with its matte finish. But one thing I will say I've never liked about these guns when you put these semi-automatic calibers in revolver frames that are full-sized is there's a huge gap at the front, which makes the forcing cone very large. But But like I said, had a gift certificate, and it's a Jerry Mixapidlick model, so I bought it. It is my Smith & Wesson Model 625. All right, everyone, part 46 of my revolver collection videos, and kind of part 47 here. We have my Smith & Wesson Governor. Everyone's familiar with these. These have that elongated cylinder there and that elongated frame because these not only shoot 45 ACP and 45 Colt, they also shoot 2.5-inch 410 shotgun shells. Other than that, they're pretty much a base revolver. This one has a case-hardened hammer and trigger. It has a gutter rear sight, and I have added a front tritium sight. The only other thing on this gun that isn't just like every other or that I have changed is that I put a pair of Punisher aluminum grips on it from Wicked Grips. This is my Smith & Wesson Governor. This is my blued one with the black cylinder and the black frame. Like I said, that was part 46 of my series, and here's part 47. It's exactly the same gun, except it has a stainless cylinder, and it is coated in a silver collar on the aluminum frame. But still, just like the other one, it's my Smith & Wesson Governor. All right, day 48 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Smith & Wesson 460. Now, this is the 3-inch barreled snub nose version that came in the Bear kit that Smith & Wesson sold, which is very hard to find now. Glad I bought it when I did. It's chambered in 5 rounds of 460 Magnum. And this is easily the most abusive gun to shoot that I own. This hurts more than any other gun. The gun doesn't really have anything special about it other than its chambering and its size. It's an enormous gun chambered in a very powerful caliber. It does have a nice chromed hammer and trigger and some kind of unique yellow rubber grips that I really like, which are very hard to find if you're looking for them. It does have a kind of unique fully cut out cylinder ejector rod, but other than that, just kind of an ordinary gun. So there you have it, my Smith & Wesson 460 Magnum Bear gun. All right, day 49 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my big boy. This is the biggest handgun in my collection. It is my Smith & Wesson Model 500. Now, this is the 4-inch model. Now, I have replaced the grips on it with some Hogue Lamo camo grips, and I think they look really good on it. And I have polished it up a little bit. It was originally a little bit more of a brushed finish, and I've made it a little shinier. Other than that, the only thing really special that stands out on this gun, it's got all the typical features of a normal revolver. It does have a nice chromed hammer and trigger. The only thing that really stands out is that compensator at the end of the barrel there that makes it the full 4-inch barrel as being part of it. And the fact that it is huge and it is chambered in 500 Magnum. It is my Smith & Wesson Model 500 Magnum revolver. All right, day 50 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have one of my most special handguns. This is my Korth Mongoose. This is a 3-inch Mongoose, has the stainless steel barrel with the carbon steel shroud. This is the Mercedes of revolvers with its diamond-like coating, its really superior build quality, that skeletonized hammer, brass bead front sight, and the precision clockwork internals. It is chambered in 6 rounds of 357 mag. I have changed the grips on it. These are Hogue grips for a Smith & Wesson 686, but they fit the Mongoose perfectly. Now, is this gun going to do anything better than the Smith & Wesson 686? Not really, but is it a more refined, more special gun? It definitely is, and that's why it's one of my favorites. It is my Korth 3-inch Mongoose. All right, day 51 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Korth NXR 44 Magnum. It is chambered in 6 rounds of 44 Magnum. Much like the Mongoose I showed you, this is a very refined revolver. The big difference is this one is a little more tactical. It's got some cuts in the outer barrel so you can see that stainless steel inner barrel more. It's got rails on the top of the body and the barrel and on the bottom of the barrel. And it has that more traditional Korth cylinder release. The nicest thing on this gun, other than the gun itself, are these nice walnut grips. These are absolutely beautiful and they're kind of pricey on their own. The gun itself is very expensive. And once again, does it do anything better than a Smith & Wesson 69? No, it doesn't. But it is far more refined. And if you appreciate the finer things, it's definitely worth the money. This is my Korth NXR 44 Magnum. All right, everybody, day 52 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have my Chiappa Rhino 200DS. These guns are very famous or infamous for their looks. They're very unique looking guns, from their aluminum unibody down to their unique shaped grips. The thing they are most famous for is handling recoil very well because they shoot from the bottom cylinder, giving you much less felt recoil with this gun than you would normal .357 Magnum revolvers. It does not have an external hammer. It has a cocking mechanism here that pops back up once you cock it, and there is a little red nub right here to let you know that it is not just happy to see you, but ready to fire. The gun is available in a silver finish here with a stainless cylinder, or it can be had with a carbon steel cylinder with a black finish and a black finish on the aluminum body. This one also has aftermarket black cherry finger groove grips and a little Deadpool medallion that I added for decoration. This is one of my favorite guns, my Chiappa Rhino 200 DS. All right, everybody, day 54 of my revolver collection shorts, and today we have another Chiappa Rhino. This one is my 30 DSX. The 30 means it has a 3-inch barrel, and the X means it has an all stainless steel frame. Instead of having that aluminum monolithic body, it's got a stainless steel one. That makes this gun very heavy, but when you combine that with that barrel that shoots from the bottom cylinder with that very low bore axis and the extra weight combined together, makes it handle full house .357 loads like you're shooting cowboy 38s. So this gun is a lot of fun at the range. Now, like I said, it is very much like those 2-inch ones I showed you the other day, the biggest difference being the length of the barrel, other than the stainless body, of course. And since it does have that longer barrel, it actually has a rear sight. It does still have the external cocking mechanism that pops back up, and it does have the little red nubby to let you know it's happy to see you. It also still holds 6 rounds of .357 Magnum in a flat-sided cylinder. So like you can see, this gun is pretty much like any 30DS from Chiappa Rhino, except for that it has that stainless steel body, the Chiappa Rhino 30 DSX. All right, everybody, day 55 through 61 of my revolver collection shorts to finish out the series, and we're going to start off here with my Chiappa Rhino 30DS. This is just like the 30DSX you saw yesterday, except it has an aluminum frame. Pretty much everything else about it is the same. This is a 3-inch barrel in .357 Magnum with a black finish, but I also have a 40DS in 40 Smith & Wesson with a 4-inch barrel and a black finish. A 40DS in 40 Smith & Wesson with a 4-inch barrel and a silver finish. A 40DS in .357 Mag with a 4-inch barrel and a silver finish. A 50DS in .357 Magnum with a 5-inch barrel and a black finish. A 60DS in 40 Smith & Wesson with a 6-inch barrel and a black finish. And finally, a 60DS in .357 Magnum with a 6-inch barrel and a black finish. And with that, you've seen all my Chiappa Rhinos and all my revolvers, or at least the ones I want to show you. So that is the end of this series.